Hey guys, this is Douglas coming back to you with Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak Part 16. And guys, slight bit of a time crunch for this. When this is due, like I'm recording this a day beforehand because when I went to record it Saturday, it was a pain in the ass getting into a hunt. It was like 11:30 by the time I got into a hunt, it failed. It was like I got into the monkey hunt, Rajang, that failed. And it was like 11:30 at night because again record late anyway, and I was like, you know what? No, I'll film it tomorrow. I might be able to film. I'll either a film Saturday's episode on Thursday or do Tuesday after stream. It would really depend. And in theory, this would have given me more time to get the Malzeno armor because I've not got it yet. I'm missing the shards. That's going to be like the next piece I do get. So I will have those. Um, I'd love to turn around and say I'll have it by Thursday's episode. But Thursday's episode will be getting recorded tomorrow, and it depends on how many Malzeno hunts I can get through.
See you soon.
But I've been slightly distracted with a project I've been doing on Craftmon. The project doesn't really benefit any particular project I have been working on Craftmon. There's just been a couple of things that I've basically been doing, and it all comes under one of them, slightly tidying up. I will show all that on Craftmon on Friday. I'll go over all of it. But yeah, so guys, I spent like 2 hours trying to get into hunts. Got into one during all that point. And I don't remember if that one was whether I set it up or not. At that point, I was just like, nope. It was late, and I just really couldn't be asked. Now, before I do jump into a hunt, I need to make sure I've got everything I need. And yes, I do. But yeah, guys, trying to get into a, like, because again, the two hunts are Settling the Score, Lava Case Rajang, Basil Gear Warning, Frost Island, Basil Gears. Pissed Off Monkey, Bomber Plane. Pissed Off Monkey, Bomber Plane. They're both kind of tying the waves down a lot. Like, there's part of me that is seriously considering Zenoga and Lugogon, and Gore, Magnarola, and Surgasus. But yeah, there's part of me that's really considering those two.
Well, hey there.
Also, guys, I can't remember whether I did show it. I have started to make the Surgasus armor set. I also did unlock it. And the only thing I would change is putting a... It looks like a short sword. Not 100% sure. It does look like a short sword. On the other side too, because that shield looks a bit weird. But again, sword and shield makes a lot more sense than two swords. You can block with a shield and then strike with a sword. But even though I know it's not as most practical as a sword and shield, I'm always going to be more of a fan of two smaller katanas. Instead of one big and one small, two like more medium-sized base ones. That way you have a nice decent weight of weight. Plus, I'm more of a big fan of dual wielding. But yeah, so guys, we're going to try to get into a giant hunt first, because it's going to be the nicer one. There is an urgent quest, but that urgent quest is Crimson Glow Valstrax, which, quite frankly, it will really depend on what urgent quest comes up after this. But yeah, also guys, I was able to get through I think it was at least 2 episodes of a show, like, of Blue Bloods, because I've not finished it yet. When this comes out, I'll be on season 7, because I've only got a couple of episodes of season 6 left. And, yeah, I was able to get through a good few episodes. I was at, like, the beginning of season 6, like, episode 4 or 5. And they're almost hour-longs. Because, guys, literally, like, I'll quickly go over it now, but what I have been doing on Minecraft is, I'll do 2 more, just because I'm speaking. It's a lot of terraforming, and so I've basically been terraforming while watching it, so I've got through a load from just, like, spending 3 or 4 hours just terraforming. I've not done all of it yet, I've done a good portion of it, though. And I've also done a good bit of tidying up. Like I say, I'll show all off on Craftmon. Okay. I'll do one more attempt for Rajang, then 2 attempts on Basil, and then go back to trying to get into Rajang. I'd rather deal with Pissed Off Monkey than Bloody Bomber Plane. No, my luck, I'll get chucked into the bomber plane hunt. Which I wouldn't even hate at this point, because at the amount of time I'll be vaccinated to get into a hunt. So guys, we're back, got into a hunt, and it's a Basil Gears hunt. I got fed up with trying for a jank.
Mine now.
Granted, don't know which one's worse. Pissed off monkey or bomber plane. Although I will say, every reason I don't like Basil Gears comes from high rank from world. Because guys, in world, basically Basil Gears, when as soon as you get into high rank, becomes that pest. The one thing that you can't get rid of, no matter how hard you try. Now, unfortunately, I failed to prove this point. Because I remember seeing before, even filming world. Not even before film, during the, like, low ranks, like... I was like, guys, trust me. As soon as I get in high rank, Basil Gates is going to be that dick. He's going to be the thing that I'm going to want to bloody punch in the face. Hey, bomber plane. And what happens? The son of a bitch doesn't show up. For the literal reasons of why it is showing. It's an invader, which means it's instantly annoying.
Thanks a bunch.
And not just invader, it's a blasting creature. And guys, blasting creatures on a good day are annoying. Because the fact of Brachydius, base Brachydius, drops a bunch of slime everywhere, it becomes a pain in the ass and you have to dodge it. It becomes kind of a... That's what personally makes the hunt fun for me, needing to dodge past the blast or roll it off. Same for Raging Brachydius. The reason Basil Gears Basil Gears doesn't. Also guys, I don't know where the nickname B52 does come from, because I didn't come up with it, and mate did it, and ever since then I'm like, yeah, it's a bomber plane.
Carve. You're the best, pal.
Thank God. But yeah, so like a mate came up with it.
Did it!
But the fact of like it flies over you, randomly drops bombs. I don't know whether it's the fact I don't like the unpredictability or whether it's just annoying. Or whether I'm still slightly salty that I have had hunts that have... I can't remember whether they've actually been failed, or whether they have just been hindered at the very least. Because basically it's just randomly showing up and dropping bombs everywhere. And it's what he does in high rank of world. Now, crossing my fingers here, touching wood, I'm hoping he doesn't got them show up anymore through this game. Because it'd be 10 times more annoying. Granted, I don't remember seeing Basil Gears showing up as much. Granted, you also don't fight that thing until late. So, I will take what I get.
How are things? Alright, let's make it happen.
Now, I will say, Basil Gears' armor set has always kind of been cool to me. Like, on an aspect, I kind of like the more ferocious warrior look, the more See, I don't want to say more tribal look, but, like, if I was to roll over, like, a tribal something, I think that, like, this is kind of how I'd want to, like, look. That the armored plating down the legs with the fur and, like, the spikes, like, around. With my weapons on my, like, back, even though I know, like, it's not practical sword-wise.
I was little. Guess you could say I'm something of an expert at
But,
this point.
again,
Don't worry
I don't
about
hate
you
it.
here.
I don't want to spend the time together.
Hammer
Plus,
with confidence.
I like the more vampiric side of this. I don't know whether Malzeno is meant to be more vampiric, but that's what I get from it. But I will, in the next few days, have a full set of that.
See you soon.
Hopefully, by the time I come to film Saturday's video, I will. Now time to go back to dealing with pissed off monkey. I will say this, at least Basil Geese wasn't as much of a dick. As usual, I would give it 4 attempts, and then I'll be maximizing it into a hunt if it's anything after that. Two more. Yeah, like... Oh, looks like I get to go back and watch my show. Because, guys, at this point, because I know these hunts are going to take a while to get into, I'm just sitting here watching like an hour show and getting a good 15-20 minutes into them. Which, quite frankly, I'll take. Right, guys, I'm back since I get into a hump. So, guys, we're back, and I didn't get into a Rajangan. Instead, I was able to get into a Gormagala and Rajangan. Yay! Now, guys, both of them I have hunted on film. Both of them I've hunted more than once. With in the end, I basically ended up going after it. Why not filming? Just because I didn't need to, and there was already footage of me going after it anyway. Not successful attempt, but there is footage. Shit. The only reason the only reason I was able to go after Gormagala in the first place was because, again, full group. So, but yeah. But yeah, like, Gormagala is not exactly the nicest of friends. Granted, both creatures can be captured. But then again, guys, Gormagala is the closest thing that I have hunted to an Elder Dragon that's not an Elder Dragon. Because going based off a definition term from Wilds, because this thing does appear in Wilds, and that's called Demi-Elder. Now, I don't know what it was called before it was even in this game, I have no idea. Because, guys, what I play for Plus, which I'm not going to mention, is not the standard price, and I pay a deluxe, I pay like the deluxe price, which gives me a few additional things. Oh, the Ice Wolf actually did turn up. All we need to know is kill or capture Gormagala. And, you know, then just have Zenoga show up. But yeah, that's all we need to do. That's not going to be easy. Ice Spinner. At some point you do just have to bring the comedic value to Mob Hunter. I mean, I'd personally shut down the capture. Now, if this turns out to be the simpler one of the two, as in, we get like hunting both these two compared to, you know, hunting Rajang. Now, guys, unfortunately, the footage of the footage that I did have for Rajang, I did delete. Because I was into like, not gonna use it, no point keeping it. Because otherwise it's just taking up space. Because again, if anything ever happens to my PlayStation, like, depending on when, that's potentially a week worth of videos. Like, it depends. Like, if you go back to the 4th of May, when I did the 4th of May, like, upload to celebrate the 10th anniversary. Yeah, but there was videos from that week. There was like 3 or 4. Like, if something had gone wrong with my PlayStation on Tuesday, there would have been like 4 videos alone. I would have been pissed. I love to say that week went perfect, but it could have gone better, it could have gone worse. See, this thing is a deadly beast because it spirals. It's like a drill. It's going to carry on going. Bad analogy. The point is, it's not going to stop until it runs into something it can't go through. And hopefully that's a hunter. And there are a lot of monsters in world in this that are basically just a case of killing machines. But then there are also several monsters in this game that there is a deeper connection to. Which would make it tough for Nergigante to get in. What's the best way to stop your enemy? Keep him at distance, but keep your distance close. Know where the monster is at all points, and because of the map, you have access to it. I wanted a better view. I wanted the height advantage. Not gonna get that. But like I say, this thing is basically, damn it, basically a drill. I mean, that lasted longer than I thought it did, but again, still technically a successful hunt. It just, right, like, the hunt was a fail, but again, added 2 creatures. But to be fair, like, I died twice, which meant it was unfortunately on me, but it was a long shot.
Here's what I have to offer.
Which is the reason I don't like double hunts. It puts you in a case of you dying once against, if one creature it's been a pain. Like Gorman Gauntlet,
Thank you for your business.
after I know, was able to keep me at bay more than once.
Oh. As always, thank you.
Ooh, pistol trap. And because it was able to keep me at bay, I was kind of more snookered. But anyway, also guys, something I had completely forgot about because my mind already talked about it. The last episode of The Boys. Now, this is going based on the fact of I did say in Monday's episode I would talk more about this. I've now seen the season 8 trailer, the episode 8 trailer, and I think I might have been right. Basically, it was a really cool episode. I don't remember too much, apart from a few minor details, which I think are the more important details. Homelander decides to try and check out his own father and then lock him back up in a storage container. Frenchie ends up dying from basically confronting Homelander and basically standing up against him. Which means I was wrong with the fact of thinking him and Kimiko was potentially going to get a happy ending. But I did say potentially. I said it was probably unlikely. But I always more thought that the fact that she would have, because I thought like a case of, oh, she'll go toe-to-toe with Soldier Boy and, you know, get canned that way. you know, he'll just blast her, and it's like, oh, well, she's no longer powerless. Well, time to just punch her. Someone decides to try and mess around with Butcher and Huey's minds and get into their heads, but turns out Huey's actually a decent distraction technique called he can piss someone off when he really wants to, which then took him out of Butcher's mind and left Butcher to basically use his powers again, because that was able to be shut off, which does technically make the precedent of if you can get into someone's mind, can they shut off your powers? Which in that case, why the fuck is any mind-based reading person, or any psychic-based connection person, with powers along the lines of being able to mind read and mess with someone's head, fucking scared of Homelander? Fuck with his head. Yes, you'd have to constantly do it. If he ever come after you, you could be like, dee, 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 shut off his powers, take a knife and just stab, or just grab a gun and be like, bang, bang. Like, he'd be snookered. But again, could be wrong. Homelander could just be strong enough. And Butcher could just be a bit weaker. But again, I have no idea. Do I think it would work on Homelander now because of the V1 in the system? I highly doubt it. Do I know how they're gonna kill Homelander? Nope. Do I still think Homelander's gonna die? I've got a gut feeling it's gonna be a fiery finish between Homelander and Butcher. And that is Butcher's gonna basically make the sacrifice play. The reason I think that is he's more than once said if he has to drag their asses across the finish line with barely any bones left in their bodies, he will. Now, who do I think will actually survive episode 8? More specifically, who I think won't quickly, just because I don't want to quickly jump back into. I want to actually give it a second before trying to get back into Rajang Hunt. I think Kamiko is probably going to be dead. She's more than likely out for revenge. She loves revenge. There's no way that she's not going for revenge. I don't think Butcher's gonna survive because he's now on a pace of wanting to kill all supes. But I don't know if it's wanting to kill all supes or all superheroes. In the trailer it says superheroes. Now, I know for fact Butcher doesn't consider himself a superhero, and he no longer does, and I don't think Kamiko ever did. So I think they're potentially fine. Plus, I don't think Butcher would go after Kamiko because it'd be saying fuck you to Frenchie, like fuck you to Frenchie's memories, and all that lot. And out of respect for Huey, I don't think he would go after Annie, based on the fact that she's taken the fight against him. But I do think anyone who does, who is just a superhero, will get involved. I do think Huey and MM are gonna have to try and talk him out of it. But quite frankly, I don't really blame him. You've seen this son of a bitch turn into a dictator, turn around and state the fact that he's the one true person that you will worship him. He deserves a bloody bullet between the skies. Although, I give full credit to the actor. Like, I've seen a few interviews that the actual actor has done. He seems nice as anything. Yet portrays a bloody dickhead perfectly. Now, I always wondered before I saw The Boys why people thought, because I can't think what the actor's name is, which is going to bug me, why they always thought that he'd make a good Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne. And so it's always just been like, why? Anthony Starr. And it's always just been a case of why people think Anthony Starr would make a great Reverse Flash. No, I full on agree. I do think he could. I don't necessarily think he'd be great, because to me, it'll always be not Tom Welling. Is it Tom Ellis? No, not Tom Ellis. I want to say Tom Welling, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. Tom Cavanagh. To me, Reverse Flash and The Flash are always going to be Tom Cavanagh as Reverse and Grant Gustin as Barry Allen. It's just because of the fact of, again, those shows came out. The Flash came out in 2014. At 2014, I was starting high school. I was 11 at the time. No, 10. Because when like my birthday's in June, so it falls right on the end of what is my school year. Because my school year was September to July. And so because it falls right near the end, and I said this more than once, and I've made jokes at this. I started high school when I was 10, left when I was 15. Because here we only do until we're 16, and then we go off to college, or work, or there's like 3 options: work, college, and then there's like another apprenticeship or an apprenticeship. Instead of going to what is for America, it's uni. For America, it's college. For us, I think the closest thing we've got here to what, like, because it's like a 4-year program. I think uni's the closest thing we've got here. Again, I'm UK. I am British. Yet don't know anything about university because never went, never planned to. Why the fuck would I want to get myself into debt for something that I really don't give a shit about? Plus, I've got a friend that went. Yeah, they didn't last long, and so we're like, no, I'm out. I was surprised to find out the fact they went. Right, guys, considering I've talked enough, I'm gonna try and get into a Rajang hunt. I don't think I will, and I think I'll be spending hours. But quite frankly, I don't want to try something else. Right, guys, I'll be back soon to get into the hunt. Or a hunt. Whether it be that or that. Hopefully it'll be Rajang because it'll be easier. It's one monster compared to 2, but yeah, I'll be back soon to get into a hunt. So, guys, I'm back. And saying I'm back sounds weird, but saying we're back sounds weirder. But, yeah, didn't get into a Rajang hunt. Did a couple tries on Gurmagan and Siriusos. And then did 2 more tries, then did 2 tries on Sonoga and Nugogon. Well, second attempt on this got me into the hunt. See, guys, the reason I don't like double hunts early on, when like I don't have attention, like, it's down to a simple thing. You don't always have the armor to take 2 creatures on, and that hunt can go from one of different ways. Both creatures can end up together, especially in Rise and Sunbreak.
Took you long enough.
You could die once or twice, like, you could die twice against one of them and then only have one left against the harder hunt. It all does just really depend. Now, the fact that we're pursuing to try and kill Lugogon, I'm presuming means no deaths, as far as I know. But, guys, today it becomes easier to get into a double hunt than one hunt. One hunt was out of a 2-hour trying to get into hunts, where I was like, there's not really any good footage here. The Rajang hunt was a fail. So I decided not to use the footage. But the day it's easy to get into a double hunt. Now I get some people are going to be hunting like 2 sets of creatures. It's a decent way to level up your master rank. 1 hunt, 2 hunts, you'll get more master rank levels from it. But same point. Sometimes like picking the armor set does matter. Now I've not shown it off in Rise or Sunbreak much. But for instance in World, although I swear down, if this little going on in Sonoga hunt doesn't count, I'm gonna be pissed. Because it should, it was one of the 4 hunts. Shit.
I
taking myself out of the fight, heal up. Because it's a nice little luxury of... See, guys, if I've got a bow that can heal, instead of using my own, like, mega potions, and if I can take myself out of the fight, or I can safely heal using the bow, I'm gonna use the bow, because it's gonna be... It's resource-wise. Although, guys, a nice little conversation I did end up having with a mate a while ago was about the fact of, I pointed out that on a world, this being New Adventures, that I had a nice little lava farm because of a dragon mod I had on there. Shit. No!
This is pathetic.
Well, that is all 3 hunts. Like, I'll try a quick attempt for Rajang. And he's like, yeah, I can also get infinite lava for making a lava farm. And I was like, at the time, yeah, but this is more stability. Like, I don't need to, like, all that lot. And yeah, no, lava farms are a lot more better than the Gronkles. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the Hydrotrainy Dragon add-on. It's a really cool add-on. And for very early on in the game, having a lava farm, that's basically just a case of, here, just feed this Gronkle some cobblestone. You know, the thing that you almost always have, or stone, the things you almost always have around. Especially early on in the game. It becomes really handy. Overshine. Right, guys, that's many times I'm gonna go. I'll try and go against Rajang next time. In between, I will try and do a couple Malzeno hunts. But at the minute, I'm really enjoying the progress that I've been making on Craft 1. Yes, it's only a bit terrifying, but I've really been enjoying it. Kind of just been nice. But anyway, guys, I know it's not that much of a successful hunt rate today, and I know basically this was the only hunt. And I could very easily enough just take out the other 2 hunts. But same point. This is basically just a case of why, why does the monkey hate me? Again, I'll try and get the next time, and I might try and chuck a couple actual successful hunts additionally in. But guys, it's late, and I'm tired, so this is Dagger signing off. I'll see you next time. Time for the whoosh. If you are new around it, please like, comment, subscribe, and whoosh, and whoosh. Bye.